Welcome to There's Lots to Love About Skillshare. In this class, you're going to discover how you can learn, earn, teach, and share on Skillshare. I have been teaching online for quite a while, and when I discovered Skillshare, I was so excited that I wanted to create this class so more people could discover what Skillshare has to offer. My name is Devorah Lansky. I'm a best-selling author and course creation specialist. I've been teaching online since 2007. I've published over 20 best-selling books, workbooks, and journals. And I've created over 40 online courses, which I've taught to thousands of authors and entrepreneurs across the globe. And I am thrilled to be a teacher on Skillshare, and I warmly welcome you to this class. So who is this class for? This class is for thirsty learners who'd like unlimited access to classes on almost every topic imaginable. This class is also for people who would like to learn how to teach an online class. And this class is for teachers, speakers, authors, and anyone with a passion on their heart to share their knowledge and expertise and get paid for it. By the end of this class, you will have a clear idea of how to make the most of the learning, earning, teaching, and sharing opportunities available to you on Skillshare. So get ready. I hope you enjoy this class. And I'd like to ask you, if you find this class helpful, could you please take a moment to give it a thumbs up and a review? I would be so grateful, and this will help this course gain visibility, and your input will help future students. So thank you very much. I'd like to begin by sharing why I'm creating this training. The main reason for creating this class is that there are many people who've been wanting to create a course, but the idea of publishing a lengthy program has caused procrastination. The reason I'm recommending Skillshare is you can create 10 to 30-minute bite-sized classes which are easy to create. This can give you a sense of satisfaction and relief, and you can get help along the way. From there, you can build on that momentum as you continue to create and share your brilliance with the world. What's unique about Skillshare is you can teach your class on Skillshare and you can teach on other platforms. By offering classes on Skillshare, you don't have to give up what you're currently doing or want to do with publishing courses on other platforms. Teaching on Skillshare opens the door to new students and increased visibility. And on Skillshare, each time you publish a new class, students from your previous classes can be notified and invited. And as a teacher, you get paid. One of the many ways that you get paid is based on the number of minutes people watch your videos. So you can see how it can grow exponentially. You also have the opportunity to reach thousands of students on the platform. So having your own course on your own website or on another classroom platform site is like having a store on a small country road where you have to be the one driving the traffic to your store. Well, on Skillshare, it's like you're in a mega mall where all of the people who are shopping at all of the other shops can discover your shop. Or in this case, all of the people studying and teaching all of the classes on Skillshare can discover your class. And that's why the reviews and the thumbs up are so important, and you'll want to encourage your future students to share. There's a couple ways they can share, but to share their feedback. And one of the ways to share is to provide your students with the opportunity to participate in a class project. And I'll share that with you in another portion of today's class. What's impressive about Skillshare is you're not left on your own. Their team reaches out. They'll even help you come up with an idea, figure out how you're going to create the content, help you create your outline, and give you a lot of support so that you can get your class created. They also have teacher challenges on Skillshare to encourage you to take action, get your class created, and they have prizes as incentives to keep you moving along. So it's really a unique platform where they're encouraging you, even though you may be considered competition to someone else on the site, you have a different teaching style, you have a different message. You'll attract students, perhaps the same students as your competition, and that's a wonderful thing because you could end up collaborating or referring students to one another. I've found by going through the classes on Skillshare that there are many classes on the same topic that I've bookmarked, and I'll take you there in a moment. We're going to go on a little bit of a tour, and I have been able to connect with the teachers, connect with their message, and learn more on hobbies and business tactics that I've been wanting to learn. So there's lots of options there, and we're going to discover Skillshare both from the student point of view and the teacher point of view in this class. So what would it mean to you to have classes created and students studying with you? Would you like to be able to easily create class content, connect with your ideal students, have your classes marketed by others, get paid when students take your class, and get step-by-step support for getting your class created, even if you don't yet know what you want to teach? Well, you're in the right place, so let's dive in. So let's explore the intriguing opportunities on Skillshare, where you can discover how to learn, earn, teach, and share. Here's what's unique about Skillshare. The quality of training is exceptional. There are a lot of online classroom platforms, but I haven't seen another where they really hold you to a standard because they want to be proud of the classes that they're promoting because they help promote you. So they equip you. There's a teacher's handbook. There's all kinds of training to show you how you can create the best class possible. If you create the best class possible, you can be profitable, you can connect with your students, and it will encourage you as a teacher. So the quality of training is exceptional in most cases. There are training that you may find that you resonate with more than others, and so you can go through and decide which classes you want to go through because there are a lot on almost every topic imaginable. The teachers you'll find are also really caring. There's a way for teachers to interact with students by encouraging class projects and comments, and then the teachers can comment back and develop a relationship with the students and help people who are on the platform learn more about you and learn more about the topic area. It also is really encouraging because if there's topics that you've been wanting to learn more about, for example, I've been wanting to learn about Adobe Illustrator, and it just is very daunting to me. And I found a teacher who teaches Photoshop and Illustrator, and I love her Photoshop classes, and I've even participated in some of the class projects. And she wrote me and encouraged me, and I told her that I was nervous and timid to study Illustrator, and she was encouraging, and she showed me which of her classes I should start with, and it really offers a sense of community, which is really unique and really exciting. The learning opportunities are exceptional, and I want to take you there to show you just a fraction of what you have access to. And the teaching opportunities are wonderful because you can teach on things that you're passionate about. You can teach on your hobbies. You can teach on your book. You can teach on your business topic. You can teach on something that's important to you that you have expertise in, whatever you'd like. The thing to be aware of, though, and this is important, as you're creating classes, you want to create what they call a channel. So your channel should have classes that are all somehow related to one another, because if you do, your students will take one class and then they'll take your other classes. But if you have classes that are on unrelated topics, it could cause confusion. And you'll get training on this as you go through the teacher challenge and as you go through the teacher handbook. But you want to think about that. What do you want to be known for? And then find a way to tie it into your passion and what you're knowledgeable about. And the community interaction is fabulous, and there's several places where you can interact with teachers and students and the staff of Skillshare. both in your class and in the online forums that are right on the Skillshare platform. One of the things that intrigues me as a teacher is that you can create compact online training classes. As someone, as I mentioned, I have taught over 40 online training programs. The bulk of them are 4 to 5 module courses, each of them 60 to 90 minutes in length, and it takes me close to a month to create the content. What I like about Skillshare is you can create classes as short as 10 minutes. You can have them be as long as you want them to be. However, through their research, Skillshare has discovered that the classes should be between 20 and 30 minutes in length, 20 to 40, something like that, minutes in length. So it's short and sweet, and that your students will go through the training, ideally in one sitting. It's also really impressive that the Skillshare team reaches out to help. It's very easy to sign up as a student. It's also very easy to sign up as a teacher. And once I signed up as a teacher, I was basically assigned a team member from Skillshare who walked me through the whole process, answered all of my questions, pointed me in the direction to where to find more information, both in writing and in video training, and helped me get my first class set up on Skillshare in my first week, which is really exciting. And now when I have questions, I can still be in touch with her. It was very, very supportive and unusual. And I was really appreciative. I feel like I'm part of the Skillshare family, which is one reason why I'm sharing this training with you here, because I want to let you know what is available on the platform. It's unique and incredible. What also intrigues me about Skillshare is that those who have been putting off creating online courses because the size of their project seems daunting, they don't have to put off teaching online any longer. Rather than creating one course with hours worth of content, you can create a class versus a course. So a class is a deep dive on one topic versus multiple topics. So if you're teaching about, this is just totally random, the first thing that comes to my mind, you're teaching about knitting, you can teach about, well, here's your needles and here's the yarn and here's where you go for yarn and here's your first stitches. And you can teach all of that in a big course, but in a class, one class might be all about knitting needles. Another class might be all about yarn. You see what I mean? So they're bite-sized, niche focused, so you really give people a deep dive into a topic. And they can be ideally 10 to 60 minutes long. So before we go on our tour, I want to take you over to show you just some of what's available. Skillshare is a wonderful place for learning. I like to say it's a wonderful place for thirsty learners. It's like the Netflix for online training. So here are some examples of just some of the courses and topics on Skillshare. Look at that, over 24,000 classes. So I want to show you, because that could be daunting, obviously. So I want to show you how you can make the most of your time over there as a student, because you can bookmark classes and you can put them into folders for easy access. So what I like to do on my phone, because they have an app, or if I'm multitasking, watching the football game or whatever I'm doing, and I want to multitask, I'll look for classes. As I mentioned, I'm very interested in Photoshop and digital art. So I'll go over and I'll put in keywords and I'll search for classes on topics I'm interested in. And then I'll put those classes into folders. So then what I like to do is I'll say, okay, today, usually on the weekend, I'll pick a topic I want to learn. Today, I want to learn more about whatever topic, and I'll go to that folder and I'll just start going through the videos. As you complete the videos, they give it a little check mark. So even if you can't complete the whole class, you can pick it up where you left off. So let's head over and explore a little bit. So here we are on Skillshare. And once you start searching for classes, they're going to pull up recommendations for you. And so let's search for something. Let's search for, I mentioned knitting, so let's type in knitting. And it's going to pull up 127 results over here on the right-hand side on knitting. And so you have a choice. You can choose how long you want the class to be. Let's say you want it to be a long class, or you want it to be a short class, or you want it to be from teachers you follow, or you want it to have been created recently, because maybe you searched everything and so every month you want to go in and see what's new. And then what you can do is scroll through and let's see something that's interesting. This is what I do. I will go through, rather than clicking on it and exploring each class, I will say, let's say I wanted to create a snood. It's kind of a little hood type of thing. I want to create a snood. So see this little bookmark here? You click on that, and then what you do, these are all the folders I've already created. You can see I've been here exploring the last couple of weeks here. I'm going to click on create a new list, and I'm going to type in here knitting, and then click save. And it just added it to the knitting folder. And let's say I want this one here. Let's say I want to learn how to make cables. So I'm going to click here on cables, and I already put in knitting, so it's alphabetical order. I'm just going to click on the knitting folder, and then it's going to save it to knitting. And so then what I can do later, let's say I want to just take this time that I have on Skillshare and search for knitting classes or knitting and crochet. If I was doing knitting and crochet, I would make the folder knitting and crochet, or I would make two separate folders, whatever makes sense for you. So I would go through here, and then if I wanted to find these, over here where it says My Classes, click on that, My Classes, and it's going to bring you have a couple of options. My lists, so these are all of your lists. So imagine these as folders. So each of these different sections are folders on topics that you're interested in. You can also click on all saved classes, because some of the classes you saved might not have been put into folders yet. So you can click on all saved classes, and that will take you to all of your saved classes, and you can sort it by length of the class, that you haven't started it yet, that the class is in progress, or the class is completed. Look at how user-friendly this is. This is really exciting. And then you can click on your watch history as well. So that is a little bit about your time on Skillshare as a student. And once you sign up as a student, do you notice this up at the top? It says, give your friends 2 free months of Skillshare Premium. So as a student, you can refer Skillshare to your friends and family, and when they sign up, you'll get free months. Isn't that exciting? They'll get 2 free months, and you'll get free months. And as a teacher, we're going to talk about your benefits as a teacher. As a teacher, that changes. You start to earn money for each of the referrals that you receive. And that can be exciting as well. So you could actually make a good income, either a side income, a spare change income, or a full-time income here on Skillshare. So whether you want to be a student and earn free months of time on Skillshare, so it's like you're getting free months on Netflix, or if you want to be a teacher and make additional or significant income, there's lots of opportunities here. So that's just a little bit about being a thirsty learner on Skillshare. And when we get to our class project today, I have a little assignment for you and a way for you to connect with our other students while you discover classes that you're interested in. So let's keep going. Now let's talk about teaching at Skillshare. A great way to share your knowledge and what you're passionate about is to teach a class to people who are interested in what you have to say. When you get to connect with students who are eager to learn from you, it encourages you as a teacher and makes you want to deliver and share even more. So you're creating this great symbiotic relationship. Teaching on Skillshare can also build your confidence as a teacher. It could be that you're already a competent teacher and confident teaching. Go for it. Lots of opportunity here for you. It could be that you've been wanting to teach but have been putting it off for whatever reason. Well, at Skillshare, you're going to get a lot of support, training, encouragement, and opportunity. And I really, really encourage you to take the workshops that they offer. They offer challenges, teacher challenges on Skillshare, where you will have your class created in record time, and you'll get support each step along the way. Also, teaching on Skillshare can open the doors to new opportunities. Teachers can reach out to you, podcasters can reach out to you because they want to know more about your topic. Students can reach out to you for potential private coaching, or if you offer a service, to have you help them with a project, offering a service that you share. So there's all kinds of opportunities here and ways that you can grow your visibility and grow your business and grow your reach. It's really easy to get started with teaching on Skillshare. Basically, once you register as a premium member, you can start creating classes. Classes can be as short as 10 minutes long. On average, most of the courses are 20 to 60 minutes in length. That's what Skillshare has said is the sweet spot for students. And the Skillshare team will help you with your course idea and encourage you each step along the way. They also, as I mentioned, they offer teaching challenges to help you where you can get training support, and they have prize contests to go along with the teaching challenge. You can create a class from a full course that you've already created. You can choose individual modules or sections of the course and transform that into a class on Skillshare. Maybe you want to add, I definitely would encourage you to add an introductory video, and you might need to do a little bit of editing, but you can draw from content you've already created. As long as it's not free content, as long as you're selling the content, you can also have it for view on Skillshare and have it as one of your classes. So you can create a full course or you can create a course from scratch. As a teacher, you'll also grow your following, visibility, and your income because it's like a social network. You have the opportunity to follow people, and people have the opportunity to follow you. And when your students follow you, they'll be notified every time you have a new class. So you get paid based on the number of minutes your videos are watched, and they pay out on the 16th of the following month. All right, so let's go back over to Skillshare, and I want to show you at the top right here. Let me just make the screen a little bit bigger. At the top right here, my classes, those are the classes you are studying. The classes that you're teaching, you would click on this Teach drop-down. Look, there's the teacher handbook, create a class. If you want to post to all of your followers, and you can find your teacher stats here. You can also click here to find the classes you're teaching. Now, at the time of this recording, I have 2 classes up there because I'm a brand new teacher on Skillshare. So one of them is how to transform your PowerPoint or Keynote slides into videos, and the other is how to create colorful web graphics with Canva. And as you notice, I have 1 student at the time of this recording, and I've been on Skillshare for 2 weeks and 2 days. You can only publish 1 class. This is important. You can only publish at most 1 class a week. If you publish more than 1 class a week, they will take down one of your classes and write to you and tell you to write back to them when a full week has gone by, and then it takes about a week to get it to go back up. So maybe Wednesdays are your publishing day, though they recommend publishing only 1 class a month so that you can really get in there and you can really focus on marketing your classes. But it's up to you. Again, here, there's lots of flexibility. So let's go over here, and when you click on a class, it does start the audio. So just be aware of every time you click to view a class, it does start the audio. So let's go and click on the class, and I'm just going to stop the audio when it starts. All right, so there's the class, and you can see short and sweet little lessons there. And I have time to take action. I'm going to be adding content here because I'm learning by going through the current teaching challenge about creating introductory videos, creating videos talking about action steps, which I have here, and then encouraging people to complete a class project, which I'm going to share with you here today. So while we're here, I do want to show you that you can interact with your students here. You can This is where you would find your reviews. You can interact with your students in the community tab. You have your own little chat forum in each class area. And then here's where students publish their project, because this is the student view. This isn't the teacher view. This is the student view. This is where they can publish their project. And their project can be, they complete a specific task. So I'll share that with you when we get to the section in our training here today, where I share with you about creating a class project. So that's about teaching at Skillshare. Let's talk now about earning at Skillshare. There are several different ways that you can earn at Skillshare. As a student, you can earn free months by referring your friends. As a teacher, you can earn cash for new student referrals. And teachers also earn cash based on the viewing minutes of your classes. So you can see the more classes you have up, the more viewing minutes you'll have, especially if your classes lead from one to another, or your classes are all related to one another that your current students will want to go through your next classes. So this is exciting because you can earn spare change or you can earn significant income on Skillshare. There are people making a full-time living on Skillshare. So that's something that intrigues me. And as we go along, keep an eye out for future videos from me, because I'm going to be journaling my journey as a student and as a teacher and as an earner on Skillshare, and I'll be sharing that information and that training in future classes. So keep an eye out. Let's talk now about interacting and sharing on Skillshare. There are several ways that you can connect with teachers, students, and the staff of Skillshare. Community interaction is supportive and friendly. People seem to be very positive and encouraging and helpful to one another. In addition to the different forums, there are actual groups on specific topics. So let's say you're interested in guitar playing, or you are interested in cooking, or you are interested in knitting or teaching or animals or fishing. There's classes on almost anything you can imagine. And there are groups that attract like-minded people. And for teachers, there's even a teacher group where you can get support from one another, share ideas. So the groups are a wonderful way to interact on Skillshare. You can post class projects for the classes that you are taking. That's going to give you visibility, because when students of those classes see each other's class project, they can click through to find out more about you. And if you're a teacher on Skillshare, they'll discover your classes. So there's a lot of different ways to gain visibility and to participate as a member in this very active, very supportive and positive community. You can also share reviews. It's very helpful to the teachers and it's very helpful to the students, because as you saw, at this time there are over 24,000 videos. So students who want to know, is this class worth watching? They're going to read the reviews. And classes that have more reviews and that have helpful reviews are going to be helpful to more students and to also to the teachers of those classes. So there's a lot of different ways to interact and share on the platform. And as I mentioned, you can learn from other students by viewing their class projects. So when you're on Skillshare, this is a view from a class dashboard. As a student, you see this view. You can post a comment, you can reply, you can follow a thread if you want to receive an email notification when anybody replies to a thread. If you ask a question or you're wanting feedback or you post a comment, you can follow that thread. You can also help other students. Let's say that someone has a question, they're stuck, and you already figured that piece out. You can reply back. The teacher will be grateful, and the light will shine on you as being a giving and kind person. People are more likely to reach out and help you when you have a question. And you get to this right from your class dashboard. Each class dashboard has its own section for comments. And then you can also explore the groups, you can also explore the forums, and you can also explore and view people's class projects. They're pretty inspiring. It's inspiring to see what people are doing and what they're creating. All right, it's time to take action. I am a big believer in providing action steps because that way you can apply what you learn. Here's the class project for this class. Scroll to the class projects section below. List 1 to 3 topics that you'd like to study at Skillshare. What would you like to learn more about? It could have to do with your business. It could be a hobby. It could be something that someone in your family is interested in. What would you like to learn more about? So your class project is to list 1 to 3 topics that you'd like to study. And if inspired, if you think that you might like to teach a class, share something you'd like to teach about. Please include an image with your class project. It could be a view or it could be an image that represents something that you are interested in learning or teaching, and that will add more pizzazz to your class project. And if you have any questions, feel free to post them in the comment section or in the class project section because I am happy. I read every single comment and I am happy to reply back and happy to answer your questions. So have fun with this and have fun exploring Skillshare.